All right, I'm in the Frosty Peaks tournament. I'm in the back nine of the opening round in the rookie division. I stormed back at the end. I came back with the Eagle Albie at the very end. I was an up and down round. Picked one up, dropped one, and then picked two up. Let's see if we can just stabilize this back nine. And I really think that up here, I have not looked, but I really think it's going to take a minus 26 or better in order to get in. And I really think if you're up in the minus 30 range, that you're up at the top. You're in banner contention. You can at least see what you need. So my goal is to try and get a 15 on each side. But my minimum score stuff is just like minus 28. That's what I'm looking for. I want to pick up 2 per side. I want to standardize 2 of the par 4s. And then anything else I can pick up is starting to put me up here in the banner hunt. So I don't want to have to storm from behind. I want to storm from behind like that. I want it to count. Hey, Buster, bro. I'm shooting a video. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you playing with your sister? All right, here we go. Let's go check out hole number 1. Buster. Hold on. All right, where were we? I had to put the dogs up. Feed them. Arr, arr. All right, hole number 1. I'm taking. This is why they sell bigger balls. Hey, don't. I'm just the messenger. I remember the days when you could go in and the only balls that you could get were these balls right here. They had berserkers. And the first year there wasn't a lot of balls that were out there, but now they have balls that fit those particular shots, and if you don't bring those balls, it's not good. Alright, I have that Megalodon, but I'm thinking here, I went and watched the video. I'm thinking a more side spin will help me so I don't have to put any curl on it. And I think what I'm doing here is I actually need to pull the shot back a little bit so that the bounces are right. I'm going to bring that ball right there. Now, let me get an option here. I have an option with a 2 wind, 5 power. These are power 4s, I'm sure. These are power 3s. I think that's it. I think those are my options. If I use this ball here, I won't be able to use it tomorrow. And today we're getting a little bit of earlier we were getting a little bit of unfavorable wind. So I have more of those, so I'm going to use them. Extra mile. And an Apocalypse 5 probably wouldn't be a bad choice here, because you need about 6 topspin. But it's all about the bounces. Let's open up a chest. Clear a slot. Did I pick my choice today? I did. I picked earlier. I'd like to pick until I run out. How come we don't get more picks today? What's the deal? All right. Hole number 10. Need to pick up an eagle right here. This is critical. I did not pick it up on the front, and it's an important eagle. It's very low hanging fruit. So it's all about execution. If you bring a power 5 ball, you shouldn't have to do any overpower. It's all about setting the shot up and hitting it perfect, and it goes up to the green. You make a putt, you go to the next hole, your eagle up. So if I don't get it, it's all because I didn't execute. See which way the wind's blowing. We got favorable wind here. 6, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 3-3. It's about a ring and a half. Hit a one ring right to the left. One, get that bounce. Two, up on the fringe. I'd rather be on the fringe. Some of these putts can be difficult on these holes because they have so much movement on them. A fringe would be better. If you've watched my videos for a long time, you know I'm not the best putter in the world. I'll freely admit that. Now you can get up there with power 3 balls. See where the second bounce is at. What I was trying to do, what I noticed was with a power 5, the 6th topspin was what it takes to get me up there towards the green. And I was having a problem where if I put any curl on it to try and bring it around over to this fairway, I was actually going to clip the rough on the second bounce. So I pulled it back a little bit in the shot so the bounces were right. I need to find that spot. Once I find that spot, I'll get it on video. I'll watch this video on it. That little pink spot that you can see down there on my curl line, I'll move that just for this shot because that curl is going to be key, trying to replicate it. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Eagle. All right. I don't want to have to take that putt again. I'd rather do a short chip. I don't really like those chips in the front. This is a difficult hole. And I've been right up here by the green and had a very short putt. And I got to get that curl right. The thing I like about pulling it back a little bit from the red line is you're pulling it back about a ring, maybe even a little bit more in order to get that bounce so that when you apply the curl it'll swing it over and it'll come up through that throat. If we get a little bit of headwind, it gives you a little bit of room against the red line. You can work part of the wind out right out in the open, so it takes very little topspin or overpower, excuse me. Daydreaming, hole number 11. Hole number 11. Alright, alright. Alright, I got a power 3 ball on the front. Try and save myself those power 5s till the weekend round. We had favorable wind. Let me see which way the wind's blowing. Could bring a power 4 ball out here. Don't really need the side spin. 4-3-2, 4-3-3. I'm going to start off with a Kingmaker. And if I don't like the Kingmaker, I'm going to switch to that Season 23 ball. Took my extra mile in my accurate bag. Now I gotta open one of these expensive chests. Here we roll. Let's try and win a chest on every hole. Every hole, let's just win outright. When I first started playing, it was all about bankroll, because as I was going up I had to make sure when I played in tournaments to keep my bankroll, like how much it would cost if you lost everything, if you lost every round. Alright, I'm going to swap the ball out. I'm going to go to this ball right here. Four, 3, it's 2 rings. It's a little over. Hit it 700 rings straight to the left. That was every bit of 2. And right here is where it'll get caught up if it doesn't run past it. It drifts right at the very end. It drops off. If you can run all the way through there, if you got enough speed, you could run through that break. But if you get caught up in it, you can drift off into that sand right there. I got a little lucky. I try and set those shots up so I have as much. I'm giving myself as many. I want to be. It's more important to me to be down there than it is to be. And I want to be down there and in the fairway, in a zone. So what kind of wind we got here? All right. 1.3. Let's see where I'm at in my club. I'm right at min, so it's 1.4 divided by 1.4. Okay. .31 rings. There's 2, 3, 1. Hitting it perfect. Come on, come on. Got a good graphic. Just a little teeny bit of an underpull. Arrgh. All right. See what happens? You don't make the shot, and everybody goes, "Okay, next hole." People come home, garage door opens, dogs come running in.
How does she look, Gordon?
She looks good. Did she get anything done?
No.
And she doesn't look like she got anything done.
Okay.
Do you need me to give her a bath?
No. It's gonna be tomorrow.
Oh, shit. Oh. So close. That's real life kicking you right there, but at least it happened after I made the shot. I didn't get the shot in. Dang it. Eagle. I started the the front nine off. I've hit some perfects today, but I started off hitting nothing but greats. So let's see if we can fix this. -11 or -18. I have no idea where I should be. I'm not paying attention. I'm on hole number 12. I'm just going to play the holes out and see where I end up. Alright, I switched to the fairway shot here. And I'm not so sure, and here's the thing, I'm going to do the fairway shot here, and I'm not going to do anything except for just a straight up adjustment. I'm going to just do a 1 per ring wherever I'm at. I'm not going to add on anything at all, and just see where I'm at. Because I don't think I've hit a perfect shot in on this yet, and I have no idea where I'd be if so I just need to see one at the minimum. What would that be like? Da-da-da-da. I could use those I think those Liberty balls from the 2017 or Labor Day balls would work well here. I think they're 3 power, 3 wind. Okay, there's man. It'll be blue ring off. .6. I'm just going to do 2.6. It's 2.6. Hit it perfect and goes in the hole. Hit it perfect, goes in the hole. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not enough of a pull. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that video and see what I did as far as side spin. Because what I'd really like to do is put left-hand side spin and be coming up to the cup. And I think what I'm doing is putting on right-hand side spin and trying to come down to the cup. And there's, once you start going down a hill and you get involved in the brake on that hill, speed is like, I mean, just a little teeny bit difference in speed will put you in a totally different spot as you roll down the hill. Whereas if you're coming up to the cup, as long as you can maintain that straight line as it goes through the brake, it's still going to go right to the cup. But sometimes those shots, when you get to the cup, you really need to hit the flagpole because they'll be carrying just a little teeny bit of speed. And I tried that shot that my opponent did right there from the tip at the beginning of the week, and I ended up in exactly the same spot they're in, and I made pretty big adjustments to try and work it out, and I still could not. I still ended up in the same exact spot. So I switched to the fairway shot because, number one, it's I don't want to take any risks on that hole. I still want to go for the hole-in-one, but I want to make sure I get nothing less than birdie. My stylist would have to slip on that hole in order for me to not make it. All right. All right. Hole number 12. Hold on one second. All right. All right. All right. What the... Hole number 13. I have no idea where I'm at even in score. I've been gone for like an hour now, so... All right. All right. I got a great shot on this hole. It's all about execution on this drive. Got to bring a kingmaker. No, not a kingmaker major, just a regular kingmaker. Puck, 2.5 rings out from the spot. Take out the wind. Max overpower hook, max top spin, max. Ugh. Maybe. Maybe we will get to play. This disconnect stuff is starting to scare me. I haven't seen this for a while. We had the Redwood Cup several months ago, and it got to a point there with the Redwood Cup that I couldn't do anything. So I had to upgrade all of my internet. I had to upgrade my device, the whole bit, just to make sure that I had the best tech that I could possibly have. And haven't had really any problems since that upgrade. But here we are today. Excuse me. I must be catching a cold. I'm self-isolating, so the people in the house with me are stuck I do try and stay away from as much as possible. Nice, very nice. Nice shot. Yeah, let's make sure. Okay. Yeah, there's my spot. Maybe about 2.5 rings off of that. 3-9. There's 3. 9. Let's see if I can catch the fairway up there at the top. That's a great trajectory right there. So if I can miss that, no, I just bled. Just I needed to be in just a little bit more. The way that the wind was blowing there, it was pushing the shot when it first takes off. It was side wind, like due side wind, pushing it off, and then as it makes the curl, the more it makes it around the bend, the more it becomes headwind. So and it's like killing it. You still got a great shot from right here, though. What hole is this? This is hole number 4. Nice shot. Nice shot. Good job. Good job. Now let's see if we can match it up. See if we can hit this perfect and get it to go in the cup. Hit a 1 ring great to the left. I might have been able to get away with the great to the right, but and I would have been short anyway. So, damn it. Did not pick that up. That is a serious hole to pick up. What do I have going on the back 9? I picked up hole number 1 and needed to pick up that hole. That was a big drop. All right, hole number 14. Hole number 14, what are we on? All right, of the par 3s, this is the weakest one for me. The deal is I'm going to find a spot out there and I'll just drop it. I might be able to get away with a katana there, but I have a shit ton of Titans. Well, probably not quite that much. Probably not quite that much. The thing about it is if you hit from over here, I think just anytime you can run up to the cup and you can look at how little maneuver they're doing. That little bit amount of maneuver, it's so easy to end up getting consistent runs to the cup. Let's see what they do here. So they're in a Grizzly 8, should be 100%. They didn't know where they were in their club. So they're in mid club. 1.4 per ring. 1.1. Let's try the same shot. Let's try the same exact damn shot. Where am I at in my grizzly? There's max. There's min. So I'm a mid club. Right to the cup. 3.7 equals, and mid grizzly divided by 1.1. 4.03 rings. 4 rings. There's 4 and a smidgen. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get it in the cup. Under pulled it just a little, and I've been pulling a 30% there, going way down at the bottom, but I dropped it down to a 20, and I probably should have left it at a 30. In the hole. Arrgh. I think I'm gonna play that hole that way from now on. I'll go back and watch this particular video and see what I did, where I ended up. See if my rings were in a spot. I usually, like on those types of shots, I was probably pretty close to blue rings off of wherever I was at. It's easy to remember that. You can go back to it, get on that hole, and you're like, hey, that seems like it's right. Hole number 15. Hole number 15. All right. I'm still going, and this is the hole that kicked my ass on the front, because I ended up. You can put a line right there. If you end up in the crap over on this side, even in the rough right up here, if you're trying to get out to this area and you end up in the rough up here, the distance from here to here, this raw distance is the distance from the cup out to here. So you're taking a shot coming in. And if you end up in the sand out there, these shadows, trying to get in front of those shadows and give yourself a shot, and I'm tired of doing that. But I'm gonna go for that shot again. You can't stop me. I haven't learned my lesson. I think part of the problem is I just keep dicking around with the ball. I just need to commit to a ball. And I don't need a lot of. I'm just going to bring out a power 5 ball. I'm going to bring out my big extra now because it's got lots of top spin to get me out. Let's open up that free chest. Here we roll. Maybe we can get somebody. Maybe we can get matched up. I need to pick up a shot on this hole. Okay, we got a 2-4 headwind. And it is going to lay that shot down. And lay it down. Hit it 2 rings on the inside. The clear's right there. I'm going to end up maybe going through. Just barely. The headwind on these holes, they're all downhill. So like you get, like if you have tailwind, you get tons of carry. A lot more than like if you try and pull the wind out and you think, oh yeah, it'll just be that much. It carries a lot farther. It's almost like twice. You almost get twice as much carry when you've got any kind of tailwind. But it's the reverse when you're going against headwind. It like kills it twice as much. And you can see it where I was out there. If I hadn't hit that shot that way, I probably wouldn't have made it. How lucky was that? Can't be good, be lucky. That's the motto. The force is with me, I am one with the force. See if my opponent can dribble out. Nice. Nice shot. That works. That works. Perfect. Alright. See if my sniper, if I can get my sniper in front of it. I can't. .7. I'm going to do a 3-ring pool. Great. Sure would have liked to have seen what perfect looked like. I think I would have missed with a perfect too. I think I was right there in between. I think I added on 10% right there. The way the wind was blowing. I'll have to go back and watch that. It would have been better if I could go back and observe it with a perfect shot. Then you could really diagnose where you're at. My distance was good, that's all I can say. They're freaking me out with the connect, disconnect stuff. I've checked my Wi-Fi several times today. It's running good. Eagle. Alright. Alright. We came there to get an eagle. We got an eagle. Nothing to get excited about. Okay, this last 3 segment right here, we could go hole in one, eagle, albie. And I did pick up the eagle and the albie on the front 9, and that kicked my round in. Alright, this 3-round set right here. Let's go get a hole-in-one, an eagle, and an albie. Let's go look at the hole-in-one shot first. Hole number 17. I have no clue. Alright. Alright, if I can hit this perfect, this sucker's going in the hole. Sniper, Kingmaker. Kingmaker. You can use a Titan. If there is a tailwind, I will have to drop down to, and let's just make a commitment. That way I can shoot it with either type of wind, because we've got variable wind, and that way I'm setting it up the same every time. I'm just going to play it with a katana. Alright, let's roll. So I've been just like a little bit off. Just a little off on this hole. I have made a hole-in-one on this hole this week. I'm right there. It's keeping up with the variable winds. I'm like overdoing it or slightly underdoing it. I'm adjusting for it and I'm close to it. But I'm not quite I'm not quite right. If I can get an opponent. Alright, I just need to hit this freaking perfect. And it'll go in the hole. And a couple close misses, but let's get this one in. Yeah, I'm white ring off. I'm going to dial it up to the cup. .2 equals 2.31 rings. There's 22531. Isn't it perfect? Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, you rat bastard. Slightly over pulled it, and I put that 5% on there. I've just been off, and now I wish I would have just shot the shot. I'm just going to shoot the shot from now on. I know in one-on-one I have a lot of success on this hole, just shooting the shot and not making any wind adjustments. Just going out there and shooting it. Like, you can tell on some shots you're way the hell downhill, but on this shot right here, if there was no wind, you wouldn't do any adjustment. I don't like where my opponent's hitting for several reasons. You can see where they're hitting at right there. It's starting on the downhill. So that means their second bounce is going to be flatter. And see if they catch it at the top. See how it's flat? And then it bounced over to that spot coming over. Got a lot of fail points there. Especially on that first bounce. If you hit it too far back and it goes too far up, it won't clear the next bounce. That was a great effort on their part for their bounce to de-bounce. That actually slipped off my stylus and went in. Whew, I was lucky that was close. And you wonder why I'm not a great putter. Alright, it's a draw. Alright. We got 2 more holes. And we're at minus 24, so we're at the minimum. We have 2 holes. We're right at the top of the minimums. So the person above us shot a minus 18. Decided by matches played. Oh, they played 18 matches. What'd they get in the qualification round? A minus 15. I got a minus 15. So we're right at the top of the 24s. How many people have played? We've got about, what, 18 there, maybe 19, 20 who haven't played, who haven't finished. And 24th already down to 73rd, 74th. That's minimum score. So if you just go out and shoot the minimum score, this is what I'm talking about. I shot a video last week and was talking about this right here. If you just come in, now we've got somebody down here and they're in 74th at minimum score. And I'm at the top of the 74th, 68th, 68th. Probably 69th for their tiebreakers. That 68th guy has really good tiebreakers. So trying to break into the top 50. I think that I have no idea what it looks like up here, but let me cast some. Let me do a little forecasting here and see how close I am. 24. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 24s. I think 25 is going to go down to maybe 59th, 58th. If I can catch here. Let's go up and see what it takes to get to 50. So I think that right now, the way that it looks, it's going to take a 26, and there's probably some people at 26 that might not be in the bracket. There's going to be a lot of 25s. It's people that picked up 1. Down to 55th. Look, there's some 26s that aren't in. And what's the tiebreaker here? Albatross in the opening round. And they're sharing the position, and they got a 13 in the qualifier. So if you come in with a 26, you picked up 2. That's where it'll get you. So absolutely what I talked about in the qualifying round. I shot a video before the week talking about these rounds. This is exactly the deal. Having to pick up 1 on each side, and then it's all about tiebreakers. So let's see what this person's qualifying round was. 13. They're right there at the deal and just barely didn't make it. This person must have a lower qualifier. Yep. And this person shot an albie in one of the holes. Is that the deal? Yep, shot an albie on one of the holes. That's how big an albie can be as far as separation. So I'm at 20. The way this should work out is eagle albie. So it should work out -5. So I should come in with a 29. The way it could work out is it could work out birdie eagle. It could be a -27. So the way that it's looking right now, if you shoot a 27, you're probably in the top, I'm going to say 30, somewhere between 30 and 20. All right, let's see where I'm at. Let's check out hole number 17. Hole number 17. Oh, number 17. I mean, I can get the eagle on this if I can achieve my goal. I think I only had a couple of those balls. I think I used a Megalodon, even though I think that the Euro ball might be a better ball. I'll take an extra mile. That's all I need. That and 6 topspin. All right, let's get on it. Let's see what we can do down here. Let's see if we can make a great wind adjustment. This is a max overpower shot. So you got to hit it perfect. You got to hit it pretty close to perfect. And this Megalodon, while it has great low wind, it doesn't have good needle speed. That might be a better ball. See if they can get it up there with an Apocalypse. Or excuse me, a Berserker. I think I'm going to switch to a Berserker as well. Believe it or not, I think the Berserker actually has better needle speed for overpower. And I could use the side spin. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Three, 4, 5, 6. 3, 6. Hitting it perfect. See if we can weave and bob our way all the way down to the green. Nice bounce there. Clear. Now if I can miss it down here, get out there in front with a nice chip. All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. I still got some serious work to get done. I've missed some really close shots today, like right on the edge of the cup, missed them. And I've had a couple drop shots today, so I've had a round. I've still been able to come out and pick some shots up. If I could put a round together where I quit dropping shots off the minimum score, I'd put a round together. I actually have a pretty good round going. Alright, we gotta make this. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. That's what I'm talking about right there. See if we can get the Albion on hole number 9. Pick it up. Pick it up. See how far we can pump ourselves up to the top. You're not going to get anywhere in these brackets with less than a -30 if you're going for banner stuff. You gotta have a spot where you get there. So like it's a platform. So like minimum score is -24. That is like literally the minimum score on these if you were playing one-on-one is -24. And then like what it's going to take in the tournament, you're going to have to pick up 2 in this. So you got to find the holes where you can pick those up. I'm a big fan of par 4s myself. Some of the par 3s are right there, but some of them aren't. All right, hole number 18. Let's go look at hole number 18. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I didn't have the shot that I wanted last time. Par 5. I saved one of these earlier, so I can use it now. Extra mile. Let's clear select. Off we roll. I don't think I've made this Albie all week. I'd really like to make an albatross here. Two, 4. It's a little over a ring. If I get squared up to it. Hit a 1 ring great to the left. I came off just a little teeny bit off of max overpower. Because that ball is super jumpy. I haven't been able to bridge that gap, like fully bridge the gap. In the past, we've always played this hole with tailwind. And tailwind is just, on this hole, is like a lot of these holes, if we get tailwind here, it pushes us way in the hell down the course. But any kind of headwind pushes us way back up the course. Because you can easily come out there with a power 5 ball in the past and bridge that gap. That might be one of those deals where even though an Apocalypse doesn't have as much topspin and APOC 5 would be a better club. And I'm going to make that change on my notes right here because it has a little bit more raw distance. Teammate Kyle calling me. Let me call him right back after I get done with this hole. Where are we at? Grizzly. There's min Grizzly. There's max. I'm at mid Grizzly. Mid Grizzly's 1.1 per ring. That's 2.7. That's 2.2. That leaves me 6 or 5. Two and a half, just a little more. Isn't it perfect? I have no idea. That just felt right. I don't know if it was or not, and it was not. I needed to pull it just a little bit more. I pulled it like 2.5 rings. I didn't have my calculator out. My teammate called and it switched over to my phone. Right when I was setting it up. What would that have been? I'll have to go back and watch that because I know I majorly screwed that wind up. Majorly screwed it up. It was 2 something. Did not pick it up. Was that a 20? I think that might be. Did I finish off with a 28? If I got the Albie, I got a 29. If I didn't get the Albie, I got a 28. I think that's where I'm at. I really have not. It's amazing when if you're just sitting down playing and you're just playing it one hole at a time. I'm not really paying attention to the score. I'm not really trying to do the math on like where I should be at this point. I do have just like a general idea of like where I'm at in the deal, but I try not to pay too much attention to it. I know in the real world when I've been in stuff like that, I played it the same way. I just didn't pay attention to it. I didn't really care. Everybody's where they're at because of how they played the course, not because of how I played the course or whatever. So that's the whole thing. All the scores that are out there are because that's how that person was able to play that course. So minus 28, tied for 22nd right now. So that should clearly get me in. So let's go down and see where the cutoff, what we got going on down here on the cutoff. 27's dominating. '26 is up to 37th. Let's look at the guy who's the top tiebreaker in 37th. Qualification minus 16 in the qualification round. Got an Albie and came in with a 16. That's going to be a tight. He's going to have a great tiebreaker all the way through. That's a great stuff right there. 26s. And there's 26s that aren't making it. There's 4 of them now. There's several, so it'll take 2 people to knock them both out. Maybe just one more person above them. Somebody could tie and get in with them, but if there's one person above them, it'll knock them out. Knock 2 people out and the next person that goes up. Let's see who's going up. $25 people still haven't played. Few in that. Maybe 20. Got about 20 people down here that haven't played. Now let's see what's up at the top. Now here's what I did the guess earlier, so you can look at this and you can comment in there whether or not I was pretty close to what I thought the deal was going to be. But I came in with a 28, and I'm in 22nd. And the 28s go to 18th. And I lost in tiebreakers to them because of can't be more separated because they got an albatross in the opening round. I think that it's going to be, man, if we're at 29 at 18th, that means the 30s are going to start. There's going to be a big patch of people that are at 29. But I don't know that the 29s are going to go down. I think the 29s are going to stop at 11th. Let's go down to 11th. Ooh, 15th. That means the top 15 shot a 30 or better. And my minimum goal going in here is like looking at like the minimum score that you want to come out of the round just so you can get to the next round as a 28. The minimum score to put yourself into contention for a banner is going to be a minus 30, and we've already got 15 people in here for minus 30. That means in the weekend round there's going to be 30 people that came into the bracket with a minus 30. So if that's the case, then that means that we need to be at minus 32 is going to put us in a banner hunt or we can be in a banner hunt if we shoot a 32. Let's see how far the 30s go up. 30s dominating, 15. Now I'll bet you a lot of this, it's all the par 4s. Maybe missing one of the par 4s but picking one up. So we're in 37th place before we get to our first 31st. And the top 3 are all dominated by 32s. Right there, that's the deal. So let's see where we can get this done. Let's look at where we can get it all done. Hole number 1. Okay, if I can get my pen to work. Hole number 1. This hole right here, hole number 1, we have to get a minus 2. And hole number 2, that's a good minus 2. Next par 4, we got to get the minus 2 on this par 4. So that gives us minus 2. That's 1 up. That's minus 14, so now that's minus 15. So that means we have to pick something up. And I picked up the last par 4. I picked up the mid par 4 and this par 4. If I can pick up that first par 4, all 3 of the par 4s, that puts you at minus 15. That's minus 30. That puts you in the top 30 people in the weekend bracket. If this bracket was indicative of the weekend bracket, that means that the top 10 is going to be dominated by 32. So it's going to be the breakout person who hits the 33 that wins. So where can you pick those shots up? So the difference between 30 and 33, where do you pick up that minus 3? I'm changing the way that I played hole number 1. I think it's safer there, and I still have a great shot. But hole number 2, I'm gonna change how I play the second par 3 as well, and I'm gonna play it where I do the bounce over. And I think I can increase my odds on that with that because it's very little maneuver. This par 5 right here, that was a total screw up. I can increase my odds on these par 5s if I would quit dicking around and trying to blast it out there and just lay it up and just put the ball on the green and get my eagle and move on to the next hole. That's the deal. I keep screwing myself over on the par 5s. But even if I get this right here, so we got minus 12. We pick up all 3 of the par 4s, that's minus 15. And in order to be up there towards the top, we're going to have to pick up 3 shots. So of those par 3s, we're either going to need to pick up, like, figure it out on one of those par 3s, or figure it out on 2 of those par 3s, or figure it out on all the par 3s, figure it out on all those par 5s, like ending up in a consistent spot so that you can really get dial in the shot to the cup. Yep, that's what we need to do. All right. That's how. And now, how do we get that done? We got to work on those. We got to work on those. We got to. It all starts off with those par fours. We have to get those par fours dialed in. And if we go to all of those other holes and we have a game plan and we give ourselves a shot at it, the varying winds might help us in some respects. We might be slightly off, but one day we're in a different wind, and even though we're slightly off, it might help us. I mean, you can look at it that way, or you can be dead on one day, and then you just can't catch up to it. You can't make the change. It's like NASCAR. You couldn't catch up to the car. All right, there we go. Minus 28 for the opening round. That should easily get me in. I don't know if it'll hold up for mid-pack. Might be 25th by the time it's done. Somewhere in that neighborhood. All right. Thanks for watching.